Cool. Y'all, I can say everything I need to say. Say what you need to say. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Trey Tuck in the motherfucking, yeah, check. CT mind stayed in this rat race. Wake up every morning, thank God before I clean my face. Focused on the mission, ain't got no time for saving face. Lay it on the line, tomorrow could be gone today. No drugs or gunplay, but I still feel the hate. Follow my ways, and every time they always seem to change. Heart on my sleeve, so if it bleeds, my recovery don't feel the same. Niggas sweet like candy rain. Spending money like it ain't a thing. Trying to make 6 figures off my next parlay. Beat the odds once I hit 25, this the game. Dip low, just produce, don't compare yourself to greats. Why you always focused on the bad side of things? Stay low key and built a dynasty with kings.
Marvel at my words at the expense of my pain. Used to make a trick disappear the dark skin David Blaine. This is insane. I'm on a different stage. Engineer turn up the game. Else turn the lesson. See my process not the same. Won't even take a loss when the casket hit the grave. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is the Work Show. Welcome to the Work Show, where all we do is talk about work. I am your host, who does the mostest sometimes, and sometimes I don't do enough. But I am your host, Trey Tuck, here to talk to you for a little bit of time. I lost a lot of time. First of all, I hope everybody out there is doing well, doing good. I hope even if you are struggling mentally, physically, financially, just a real brief reminder to know that the struggle will always exist. It's more about how you persist. It's more about how you come out of situations versus how you stay in them. So keep that in mind for any of those people who may feel like they're going through a few things or they're dealing with some things that are unruly. Rain never lasts. Eventually has to be sunny. And sometimes you're around to see the clouds and sometimes you're not. So that's kind of my spiel for my introduction, but just wanted to say peace and love to everybody out there. So last week, as you know, I missed last week, not purposely, but because I had a lot going on. I had one of my great aunts passed away, and to be transparent, I was thinking about doing the podcast, but then I was just like, nah, I didn't really have the energy, which kind of lead me to a topic today. Some of the topics that we're doing are from some of the things I couldn't cover and things I'm just interested in, but led me to think about my cousins, right? So part of my family's from the South. Some of my family's from New York, Staten Island, Shaolin Island. Shout out to them. Shout out to my family. Shout out to them. We don't get to see each other as much. And I got family right here in Hartford. But we got into a conversation in a debate about some of the conspiracies of the world, you know. And so as you guys get to know me, you'll understand that I attempt to be open-minded at all times. So I don't always agree. I don't always disagree. I let people kind of give their sides and I listen to their takes. I don't necessarily just rule it out because I feel like at the end of the day, there's infinite knowledge in this universe. So I don't know everything and I'm willing to learn and listen. So my cousins, you know, we're parlaying outside. We're at the repass. And hold on, sorry, I'm just texting my girl. All right, so before we even get there, the funeral was beautiful. It's one of those situations where you don't really realize the impact that people have on other people until you see it for yourself. This was one of those situations, and it was beautiful, man. I think that from all facets of it, it was from 2 to 6. They had people view her body, and um, then we had the actual showing. Um, Only real issue I had was um oh, I'm sorry. I'm texting and I'm juggling. So the only real I didn't really have no issue with the proceedings. I thought it was beautiful, but it just got me to reminding a little bit why I don't really like going to church. Not necessarily because like the praise and the it's not necessarily because the word isn't good. I just think for me, church has it's just very a fine line between the word and entertainment at some sort. But we were doing the opening prayer, so we all had to hold hands. And man, this pastor was speaking on my aunt sis's behalf, and I swear to you guys, he probably did a prayer for like 10 minutes. Like we was holding hands, head bowed, and it was just like I don't know. He seemed like he couldn't find a way to wrap it up. And it just had me thinking about church and how some of the churches I went to when I was a kid, it's one of those things where it was just too much. You know what I'm saying? I think that there has to be a point where you have to hit the wrap it up box. So kind of starting off with that part of it. Other than that, it was beautiful, but it just made me laugh because everyone was kind of looking around like, when is he going to wrap it up? You know what I'm saying? But really puts a lot in perspective as far as mortality goes, and she lived a beautiful life, 85, and God bless her and God bless my family on that side. I'm going to work to do a more concentrated effort to put together things um where we can come together. And that's gonna be one of my missions moving forward. So I'm really excited about that. But my cousins, this is the reason why I'm just telling this story. It's a little long with it, so I'm here to wrap it up, right? So they start talking about conspiracy theories, bro. They start talking about how you can walk to Africa through the Grand Canyon, how gravity isn't real, how, and I'm just like, these are wonderful family moments, but I do not believe none of you niggas. I don't think none of you niggas are right. And none of us out here that are parlaying niggas and smoking weed, drinking, none of us out here are scientists. So we can have our fucking theories. None of us study this shit. And anytime people kind of bring that up, it's kind of funny because you get to just hear people's perspectives. So I thought that was pretty fun. Needless to say, that's why I was missing last week and I didn't do the podcast. But I'm back, and we're going to keep figuring out how to ramp this thing up. We're going to keep figuring out how to be consistent. Well, being consistent, but also finding new ways to elevate the podcast. And I'm very excited to be doing this. And I'm finding out that this is becoming a big passion of mine. And before we get into our topics today, another celebration or congratulations to myself is simply around the fact that I have been able to help create a music program for. It's starting off with middle schoolers. It's called the Workshop for Winners. It's starting with middle schoolers, where we're going to try to create some music, teaching them the basics of it and how to be young entrepreneurs and find their passion within music, outside of music, as well as their confidence. So I'm very excited about that. That's in August, so a couple weeks from now. And I'm gonna be doing that. So I'm gonna be doing some recaps and things of that nature. I might even stream it. I might think about how I can do that to grab some of that information. But needless to say, I'm super excited to be moving forward. So let's get to it, right? So we're gonna get straight to the news, man. Oh, hold up. Sorry. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Did I not do it right? All right. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, so we're gonna start with the news. So it has been hot for your boy, man. I'm not gonna hold you. The Justice Department, this Epstein case, there has been so many different things happening at once. Also to note, today's August 1st. When you hear this, it'll be August 2nd, and the tariffs against Japan have officially started. But your boy Treasy, young Treasy on the track, he extended the period for Mexico. So he's going to give him another 60 days, 90 days, whatever the fuck, to come to a deal. This has to be, let me change this for a second. This has to be the worst deal making motherfucker I've ever seen. I don't know. So maybe I'm tripping, and I don't know politics. So please don't take anything I'm saying for anything. I thought when you make a deal with a country and you set a time, if you're leading the negotiation or just in business in general, at some point you gotta stand on that shit, right? I thought, but I think I'm wrong. So it seems like every single time our guy doesn't get his way, he just extends it. And he just says, I'm gonna extend it. I'm gonna extend it. Excuse me. I don't think that's how negotiation works. We'll get back to you guys on that. But let's get into it, right? So following up on the Epstein case, the Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among the Epstein files, which I believe everyone already kind of believed, but his base did not. They thought he was like above it. And mind you, this dude, look how he just looks like, I don't even know what's going on in this country. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a clue. Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among many files in many in the Epstein files. Sorry, buddy. Bondi also told President at the meeting that Justice did not release more Epstein documents because of the presence of child pornography and the need to protect the victims. All right. Oh, I have to pay for this. I'm not paying for this. So that's as far as we'll go. But I found this clip very interesting, so I'm gonna play this clip for you guys.
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized? Have you ever?
So this was when they were doing his interview. I think he was arrested, and this is his disposition.
Had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. My thing is, if you have nothing to hide, then you don't have to hide anything. Which means the boy is lying. But that's all right. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at him for protecting his so-called friend in the moment. So it is what it is. Let's see. So we're just catching up on all the stuff I missed talking about. Dems pull an upset on the Epstein files. Major breaking move and genius move. House Democrats were able to pass a motion in the GOP-controlled House oversight. Republicans were blindsided because Democrats dropped an 11th hour motion at the unrelated hearing after noticing that most of the GOP members on the panel had publicly demanded the files to be released. The GOP chair was caught off guard and scrambled, first delaying the vote, then trying to sabotage it by adding amendments to include Biden administration and communications. Democrats called their bluff and agreed. Then the GOP chair, Higgins, lied, claimed the motion failed until Rep. Robert Gonzalez forced a full roll call vote. Ultimately, the vote passed 8-2, and after 3 Republicans defied their leadership and joined all the Democrats, released the Epstein files.
Document into the record listing the members of this committee.
That's
and their
C-SPAN,
individual
boy.
calls to release the Epstein files.
Shauna, without objection. The subcommittee stands in recess, subject to the call of the chair.
Point of order. Are we not
we're in
going to take the
recess.
vote?
We're in recess. That was a previous order.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, we need to take the vote from the motion.
We're in recess pursuant to previous order, which without objection, votes would be moved. Motion as amended. All those in favor,
Come on.
say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No.
What's going on? Hey, man, long story short, this shit is hitting the fan here. I think that, there's not much news I'm going to cover today because I really don't want to dive too deep into the news because I have something bigger I want to talk about. I have something that I think is way more important, so I won't do that. But I will say, if you did not see the South Park episode when they returned, it was genius. It played into the Trump thing, and I don't even watch South Park like that. And it was more of a kiss my ass moment because, as we know, and we talked about last week, Paramount is buying CBS. So they acquired CBS. They fired Colbert. He has 10 months left. Nobody watches the late night show. I'm guilty of not watching it. I just see clips on Twitter or X or YouTube or TikTok, right? And that's pretty much how they make their bones. But Paramount signed a 5-year, $1.5 billion deal with South Park. The genius move was that South Park, as soon as they signed the deal, I think it was 48 hours, 72 hours, as soon as they signed that shit, they dropped their fucking first episode, and they're, Paramount is being accused of taking bribes to help them further their purchase of ByteDance, who owns TikTok. So it's a lot of political shit happening right now. But this I thought was funny as fuck. So after they did the South Park episode, which was basically about them making fun of South Park, or making fun of Trump, making fun of NPR, making fun of everybody, which South Park always does. At the end of the episode, they were like, Trump sued us. We have to create we have to be pro-Trump. We have to do pro-Trump advertisement as well as paying the $3. I'm learning the regulations when I try to put the shit on YouTube. It's going to get flagged, but you get the gist of it. I think it's genius. I think nobody's going to renege on a $1.5 billion deal. So you literally can do whatever the fuck they want. And South Park creators have been finagling the system for a long time because the deal they signed, they were supposed to put out like three or four or five movies or some shit like that. And they ended up doing it, but it just took super long. So shout out to them. These are just all the references. I thought this was pretty clever and funny. And I think, we're in an era where, I want to say this before I play this clip. I think that we are officially in the era of, people not really understanding what woke means. Originally people were talking about woke and being anti-woke, and it was just like, it was more so anti-black, it felt like, right? Because the only people that were saying woke was people of color, and then Democrats and liberals took over it, and then they started using it for other things, and then it spread. But I think people are understanding that it simply just meant misinformation, or being aware of misinformation. To be woke has nothing to do with color, right? It has nothing to do with race, creed. It just means you see what the fuck is going on within your community, your government, whatever the case is. Your eyes are open, right? And if you believe that the government is shooting 100% at everything they do, which is why I believe some of the conspiracy theories, right? If you believe that, then hey, that's up for you to believe, but nobody shoots 100%. So it's kind of like understanding those terms, super important. And now I think people are kind of coming to age and coming to mind of some of the important things that are happening in the world, regardless of its political stance. I'm not gonna play this either. It's gonna get flagged. These motherfuckers is on point. So I just want to say that I think as time goes on, as we watch this presidency, as we continue to see where our society's going, the birth of AI, and not really being able to understand deep fakes. We watched a movie called GS20. Me and my girl watched a movie called GS20, and the main protagonist, antagonist, whatever it is, he was trying to sink the US dollar with crypto. So he was taking the the world leaders, because they meet at a summit in South Africa every year, and he was taking the leaders and having them tell their countries that to pull all their monies from the bank and invest, but they were using deep fakes, and they were only saying a few words, phrases, and then it was translating over. I'm saying all this to say I think the age of deep fakes, AI, misinformation, people not being vetted as resources. And this is a comedy podcast, so I do not want to be responsible for anything that I say that I think is the truth, because it's all in jokes. But I think that we're getting to the point where people just want to know the truth, and you kind of started to see that with the MAGA and them wanting to get the Epstein files, and then when they were told that they were immature and all these things, you kind of got to see how this person spins a narrative, right? So just very interesting, something to make light of, and something to pay attention to. Let's get to our next topic. So I am an avid Joe Budden fan, Joe Budden podcast fan. I'm an avid I seen the podcast grow. I think I started watching in, I don't know. I definitely been watching over 10 years. So 10, maybe 8, I don't know. Maybe 8 years, 8 years. And I got to see the alteration between Joe Budden, Rory, and Maul. I got to see the alteration between when Ice and Ish first took over, and then now the big cast that he has. I was around when they were talking about the Spotify deal. I was around when they got out the Spotify deal. So I just want to give a round of applause to him and his crew and the people that he works with, because he bet on himself. And that's kind of his motto. That's what he preaches on. That's what he talks about. So a few weeks ago, months ago, they accidentally leaked their Patreon numbers. Accidentally leaked the Patreon numbers of what he was making a month, and it was about like 900,000. He was pretty much making $1 million off of Patreon. He has a bunch of other deals and access to money other places. So he was making $1 million a month. You do $1 million a month times 12, that's 12 million. So they're basically saying he's making 20 million. He's made 20 million over the year. So I'm gonna read the headline. Joe Budden reveals he makes 1 million per month through podcasting, which is wrong. He makes a lot more than that. But beautiful to see, because it gives you hope and inspiration as a podcaster. Seeing him make this amount of money, hearing him talk, hearing the enthusiasm, hearing the cast, it makes you, if you're into podcasting, it makes you want to build your own empire, and it makes you want to be able to create something that can be similar to that, and you do it independently. Do it through deals that you want to make, not deals that you have to make. And that's what I'm learning right now, which is why I'm starting with once a week, because I remember when the Joe Budden podcast was once a week. I remember when it was once a week, and then they ramped up to 2 times a week. So I look at that as inspiration for somebody like me who's just starting and working towards getting in the content space, getting in the journalism space, getting in the music, the podcasting space. Because me, myself, that's where I feel like my impact could be as well, through my voice. So I got to read this, and it was pretty cool. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but we'll go through some of it. So, in a profile published Tuesday, July 22nd, the rapper turned podcaster reveals that his media company averages 1 million per month so far in 2025. Excuse me, through membership platform Patreon. Boasts 70,000 paid subscribers, is on pace to clock around 20 million in overall revenue by the end of the year, with that last number provided by Ian Schwartzman. The subscription money alone is more likely going to exceed 12 million, which will make Joe Budden's podcast the top Patreon earner. Budden's manager and business partner Schwartzman also told publication that they sell their own ads instead of linking up with networks such as Wondery, iHeart, and SiriusXM, where content creators have to share revenue space. This helps the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden Network, work with a maximum of 3 sponsors at a given time and effort, not bombarded by the audience by ads. Let's see. The money the network brings in allows the company to set aside $1.5 million for the podcast hosts. Ice, Queens Flip, Melissa Ford, Ish, Parks, Mark Lamont, and Imani. I'll add Imani to the list because he is on it. Yes, the numbers are real, he says. In fact, we didn't want to share our income. The only reason we did it was to show creators, signed or independent, that there's an alternate path, one that doesn't require you giving up control and ownership, a path that provides fruits just as great as traditional methods in some cases. Patreon also confirmed Budden's top earnings. So this is confirmed, right? So what this tells you and tells all creators is to bet on yourself, right? And if you're not willing to put in the work, you're not willing to make the sacrifices, you're not willing to do the research, you're not willing to do the time, then maybe this is not for you. But if you're willing to take the time to invest and to make the sacrifices, then I believe that you have every right to pursue how you need to. Me personally, I'm doing this and spending the next year and some change to figure out what the scheme of this podcast is, what the backbone is, and then I'll start adding members. Then I'll start to be able to flourish. But this really inspired me, man, and I don't want to say too much on it because it was already touched as a topic, but I felt like as an avid podcast listener, as a Joe Budden fan, I wanted to just give my salutes directly, especially because it's well deserved. So also ties into how fans, the people that support you, you know, I know Patreon is 5, 10, 15. That shit goes a long way, yo. $5 that you would spend somewhere else. This is the thing. $5 that you would spend somewhere else. $5 that you would spend at McDonald's. $5 that you would spend in the store. $5 that you would lose out of your pocket. If you're investing that into the creators that you believe in, then your value is just as important as the person creating something. If you don't want to spend the money to show you value something, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you value it to the extent that you claim you do, right? And making music, you understand that. Making music, you understand how hard it is to sell somebody something for $1, right? Stickers, 50 cents. People don't want to pay for the creative that they know. They pay for the product that they know. You know what I'm saying? And I think that has to shift a little bit. I can't have my homie doing X, Y, and Z and he makes bags or he makes clothes and I'm just going to say, fuck him. I'm going to go buy these clothes over here. Here. I'm going to buy these clothes. Nah, buy these clothes. They're a little bit more expensive, but you know why? Because that person doesn't have the resources. But if you invest, then you have a leg up and then you're able to help. So it's like for the people out there that don't fully understand what investment means, it means that if you see creators, they're on a smaller level or they're trying to build it's okay to invest your money into what you believe in. If you do not do that, then you cannot complain about the price of whatever product. $20 might be a lot for you, but it might not be a lot for somebody that believes in it. I remember when who was selling? Nip was selling CDs on his album for $100. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in yourself enough to price something for $100, then motherfuckers that believe in you that much will buy it for $100, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of like a little small lesson and a tidbit for you to understand. If you value what you create, then you create it in a manner that is valuable for you, because you know in the long term, when it comes time to sell or do deals or whatever, you have leverage because you cared about your product. You didn't just do it, right? And sometimes what I'm realizing is podcasting is tough. Not the talking, but the willingness to always be in the know, because news happens like this. I do a week of this podcast. The next week, as soon as I stop talking about something, it is done. Something new. It's like you have to be on top of it. So to make $20 million, to be relevant, to have the personality, to have the people, that's something that if that person can work towards, then you can do it too. And also, podcasting, radio, journalism, there's no age limit. There's an age limit to music in the sense where if it's not the right sound, then it's not necessarily what the people are consuming. All you got to do is be able to talk right. All you got to do is have a message. And that seems easy, and that's easier said than done, but it can be done. So shout out to Joe Budden. Shout out to the cast. Shout out to the creatives. I thought this was beautiful. Hunter Biden breaks down coke. We'll talk about this a little bit, but I feel like I missed the window, but I just thought it was interesting. Here we go.
Is sodium bicarbonate and
so in less serious news, so the internet was going crazy. I'm gonna introduce the topic. The internet was going crazy because Hunter Biden did an interview for the first time with Channel 5. And if you don't know who Channel 5 Live is, Channel 5 Live News, it's this, I think his name is Andrew. He goes around and he just does wild shit. Like the content that he does and the things that he's able to pull, the things he's able to do is beautiful. Like it's just unorthodox. It's kind of like, what's his name? It's kind of like Weird Al Yankovic news. Like it's like if Weird Al Yankovic did the news. It's like that quirkiness, but it's pretty cool. I remember watching one where he was going to like it was like a lookalike contest or some shit. Like he's just funny as fuck. But he got to do the interview with Hunter Biden, and this is the first interview he sat down with. It was 3 hours. Hunter Biden was he's very intelligent. That's what I took away from this interview. He's very intelligent. And shit, I mean, he got that presidential gene in him. Just the way he was talking, it seemed like if his path didn't collab with drugs, I think he would have been in line with attempting to run for presidency. You know what I'm saying? But
water and heat, literally. That's it.
This is him breaking down coke like Patrick Mahomes. Listen to this.
The only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat, literally. That's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda.
I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but I'm going to tell you how to do it.
How different is the experience?
It's vastly, vastly different. And like, for real, I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion about crack cocaine.
I think this might be kind of the opposite here.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall. That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite. When you make crack, what you're doing is
I could get into why people think it's dirty, but we can
you're
keep
burning
letting it
off
go.
all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, you know, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing.
Not exactly, but close to it. But it's a little bit different. But anyway.
This motherfucker's like a fucking a wizard when it comes to crack cocaine, boy.
And said,
But let's see. Watch. Can you imagine if my dad did any of? He's right though. So I'm gonna play it. Here we go.
you know, I'm against war. I think we could have.
And you know what? I applaud him for standing behind his father. I applaud him because you could tell he has a certain respect and admiration for his father, and he pardoned him. I would have did it too. Fuck. If I'm leaving this bitch, my son won't be in a jail cell. I'm pardoning.
You see the other day when Donald Trump pointed to the Declaration of Independence and said, you know, I'm against war. I think we could have saved 600,000 lives in the Civil War.
You look right up there. I don't know. See the Declaration of Independence, and I say, I wonder if the Civil War. It always seemed to me maybe that could have been solved without losing 600,000 plus people.
As if there's a connection between the Declaration of Independence and the Civil War. But can you imagine my dad did that? Can you imagine if he opened up that treaty with the Prime Minister Starmer at the G7 in Canada and all the pages fell out and then he said that he just signed a treaty with the European Union, with the Prime Minister of the UK standing next to him? Can you imagine? And then if he got on a plane and said the reason that he was going home early from the G7 is because he had a major announcement the next day, and then the next day he put up a flagpole? Can you imagine any of those things?
So you're saying...
Where the fuck is Jake Tapper? Did you see the other day when Donald Trump...
Yeah. I agree with him. I think it was all marketing and politics, man. I think he has dementia. We're gonna give you one more. Let me tell you something. If I have a son, you better crash out. Oh, this same shit. Yeah, man. This Hunter Biden interview was really good, and I think that I think that because he was able, I think he wrote a book or something, and how they made it seem, he's been off drugs for a very long time. I think he's at 8 to 10 years. Excuse me, 8 to 10 years. So, speaking of that, that's what I was gonna say. My aunt Sis's funeral. I'm sorry, I'm going back. The only thing that made me so upset was that they did not check the mic, yo. This all started with all that. Yo, nothing makes me more mad than hearing bad mic connection. It sounded like I'm like, yo, I can't hear you, one, and it's fucking my ears up. So I had to step outside while that was happening. I don't know where the connection was with that. I think I just had to say it. That shit pissed me the fuck off. But let's get to the tech.
I'm trying to take over.
Hold up, we gotta do it again.
I'm trying to take over the world. I'm trying to take over the world.
Alrighty, back to tech. So last week, Tesla. See, this is what I mean. Like it's like a week and everything is gone. So last week, Tesla opened their retro futuristic diner, drive-in, charging, all-in-one experience, and here's some pictures from it. Now, this is my gripe that I would have with it. How would it feel to live in these fucking buildings up here and seeing this bright ass fucking light shining through your damn apartment? I know for a fact that they did not expect to have this, or the people here that gotta hear this fucking drive-in movie theater or the people here. Just seems like a real inconvenient place to be. But whatever, it's LA. So I was gonna say Nikola Tesla. Elon Musk opened up his Tesla diner, and I thought this was pretty cool. The little like Tesla car that holds the burger and the sandwiches. Excuse me, and it says you'll be able to place your order in advance upon through the vehicle's touchscreen and have your meal dropped off to your driver's side window, or you could come inside to pick it up. We have entertainment too, so we're gonna go directly to the next post from here. So you just would order. Okay, I'm figuring it out. I think this is an AI version. I don't know if these are real pictures from it, but no, these are real pictures. So this must be the rollout. We have entertainment 2, movies and special features playing on 2 mega screens. Come dine and hang out on our SkyPad or cozy up in your Tesla and watch the video via Tesla Diner app where you'll find the movie schedule. This is pretty cool. Can't lie to you. This is merch. I don't give a fuck about no merch. This is pretty cool, man. I think I was waiting to see when we would get to the Jeffersons part of America. Jetsons, I'm sorry. Not the Jeffersons. I was waiting to see when we would get to the Jetsons part of America, and we are officially here. I think that this is kind of cool. You know, I would love to go there to just experience it because I'm into like futuristic shit. Not Elon Musk, but I wonder what company's going to start rolling this out next. It is a very linked experience. But if we look at the picture here, it just looks like it's in the middle of the fucking... Hold on, let me turn this down. Speed it up a little bit. Look at this fucking line, bro. Holy crap. So right here, okay, like during the day, I don't know what street this is on, but this looks dope. Like this looks super dope. I have to give it to him, right? But at night, this shit would annoy the fuck out of me, especially because it's silver and this shit just shines, bro. That's super cool though. That's dope. Yeah, this is fire, yo. Shout out to Elon Musk. This is pretty dope. $30. Hell no. It looks spacious. For those who are only listening, we're watching a video of the Tesla diner. It looks cool. It kind of has like that Sonic feel to it a little bit. You got people skating and giving out free samples, but this is literally the grand opening. Did he get inside? Nah, he didn't get inside. He got some free shit. Free ice cream or some shit. Hey man, I think I think this is a part of the future and Elon Musk is definitely gonna be in it. Elon Musk devotees camp out for hours to get a glimpse of the new Tesla diner. I couldn't mute it. Okay, cool. I can't play it either. What the fuck going on? Shit is weird. Wait. This shit is just Paul. It's in Hollywood. Oh. Oh, that was another thing. They had the little robot serving people popcorn. That was cool, but it was iRobot-ish. And I think if these motherfucking Tesla robots become a thing, they're gonna fucking take over the world, bro. I think it's dope. Let's see. Tesla enthusiasts lining up, but with the little clarity about when the gates open some months. A classic reference Musk often makes to marijuana. Um, yeah, shout out to him, man. I think he he was able to recover from his blunder when he was running next to Trump, and I think it's better off that he's not with Trump because I think you get to just see him not at all, just your inventions. Your inventions, great. You don't need to talk, bro. You're weird. You're not from America. You don't know shit about American fucking values and all that shit. You're weird, but people love what you create. So just create and be weird in silence. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody needs a fucking platform. Not everybody needs to be seen. Some of these people are just genuinely too rich to understand what the fuck is really going on. So, in that news, we're gonna end with sports, man, and this is the important. This is important right here. This is the important part of our set today. So outside of our Malik Beasley investigation and Terry Rozier investigation, Rock Nation, SL Green, and Caesars Entertainment have submitted an official bid to make a Caesars Palace Times Square a central hub for gaming and hospitality. The bid pledges $7 billion in new taxes, a 250 million community fund, 380,000 jobs, and 3,000 construction jobs, earning backing from more than 200 local unions, businesses, and civic groups. Let's see what he's talking about. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple comments on this. Oh, hold on. It's not playing? Hold on. The volume not playing? Why didn't y'all tell me that? The volume's not playing through it. Why didn't y'all tell me that? Why didn't y'all tell me that? All right, my fault. Hold on.
Rock Nation is a leader in entertainment, culture, and philanthropy. We proudly stand as the world-famous home to iconic artists and athletes. But more importantly, we're New Yorkers, born, bred, and committed. We are dedicated to giving back to the community that made us who we are, while providing Times Square with unmatched performances and programming year-round.
You know, a lot of people, as well as myself, are excited about the prospect of a casino here at 45th and 7th Avenue.
This is a great opportunity to go on the upswing.
I see Caesars is coming in and changing the landscape for the better.
We love this city. It's our home. We have invested in the people of New York City for more than 25 years, and we're going to do it again. At every step, we've designed a project that brings benefits without burdens. Rock Nation is a leader in entertainment, culture, and philanthropy.
How I feel about this. I'm not a New Yorker, so I can't really say how this will do. I feel like it will be very beneficial to jobs and people will work, and you know, a lot of people will benefit up from it. I do think that if they do build a casino in the middle of Times Square, taxes is gonna go up for the people who live in New York. That's one. But two, I think that area it would have to be heavily secured, man. Heavily secured. Because we've literally already seen people going down there and killing CEOs and all this shit. We've seen it all. We've seen it already. So adding a casino there that is not on Native American soil is a little different. But I do think it will be a hell of a time. Sign me up. I will be going if there is a casino in Times Square. I don't know how many times, but I think it would be super dope to see that, especially because I feel like New York needs something like that to create jobs. So shout out to Rock Nation and their partners. This is super dope. So more sports news, man. Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational organized crime group, were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging they operated illegal gambling business and high-stakes poker games were played at Encino Mansion Arenas owned. So he was arrested, right? And then Kwame Brown was on the internet clowning him and shit. And then a day later, Gilbert drops this shit.
You better not. Can't hold me, baby. You can't hold me. Hello.
Back on the streets. This ain't got shit to do with me. Just rented the house. Wasn't a part of the festivities. That boy rapping right there. All right, so this is him here making it clear that he has no plans to return to jail. He's going to snitch.
I'm on the grill. I bet he did cook and celebrate. Probably mad. Yeah, they not letting them go, man. I'ma just be honest with you. I don't know who them was, but it don't look like they was getting out. Yeah. I don't know what language they speaking, but I was like, it look like y'all stressed. But all right, partner.
Crazy.
Hey, y'all, good luck in court. Hey, man, because I'm pretty sure I ain't going to be there when it's time to go, because, I'm snitching. I don't know your name. What's your name? Igor? Yeah, all right, let's write that down. Igor. Yeah, he did something. You look like you guilty. I'm going to just be honest. Most of them look like, there was one in there. He must have been the head. He must have been. I swear to God. He didn't speak. Okay, he did speak English because I heard him speaking English. But he did. I don't speak. So they gave him a translator. The translator said, "Yeah, you're not gonna bond out today. Probably next week." He's like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay."
Whoa.
Hey, what about me? Where my lawyer? Tell my lawyer. What do you mean? It's okay. No, it's not okay. I don't know what you used to, but I'm not used to this right here. Damn, there's 7 in this. This is like a Kwame Brown house. There's 7 in this room. Give me the out of here. Oh, nigga, 1 6. Get the. I'm getting. Hold on, man.
This shit wasn't letting me pause it. When I first read this, I thought it was fake, but we're gonna start seeing. We're in an era where gambling is going to get a lot of people jammed up now that it's legalized, because now it's illegal. It's always been illegal to run, and let's keep it a buck. Niggas been running high stake poker games in people's cribs. It's just illegal, and you just don't want to get caught doing it. But that goes to tell me that either somebody snitching or somebody was, someone already had information, and this is just kind of them trying to do a bust. But Gilbert said he's snitching. I believe him. And we'll see where this goes. We're gonna follow this too and see what happens from here. But right now he's currently out on bond. He says, I quote, not my quote. Also, Shannon Sharp got fired from ESPN. So Shannon Sharp settled his settlement with the lady. There's reports going around saying it was around $20 million. So it seems like he paid her off to not take the shit to court. Paid her off $20 million. And just the other day, somebody popped up and is suing Shannon for another $20 million because of I think they said defamation. He said it was a lady at the Usher concert, and he said something I guess they didn't like, so they're suing him. Right now, I feel super bad for him. I think that he's learning his lesson. I think whoever is in charge is teaching him something. And I hate to see it at the expense. But the ESPN firing was fucked up because last night, Thursday, was the Hall of Fame game. So the Hall of Fame game happens every year in the NFL if you're not familiar. And they have the honorees come out and they present them. So his brother, Sterling Sharp, was being presented in the Hall of Fame. Earlier in the year, Shannon Sharp was the one to break the news and announce it for him. So Shannon Sharp told ESPN, just don't mention the firing after the Hall of Fame game, please. Because his thinking was, I want my brother to be focused on. I don't want to be the subject of any stories or any news lines because of the shit I went through. This is his moment. I don't want to steal it from him. And I thought that was commendable. I thought that was honorable, right? But ESPN did it anyways. They did it yesterday. They just announced the news. Yo, fuck it. He's fired. They did it before it. So I don't like the direction ESPN is going. And I don't think they needed Shannon Sharp because they have Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith. Then they have the cast that they're building that does the NFL. I don't think they need him, and I don't think he needs them. I think Shannon Sharp should start building his own shit, which he already has, but I think he should really pour into it, especially with the information and money he had. And like we talked about the Joe Budden shit, I think he should become the next independent sports anchor that does not need the support of a big conglomerate, because you see what they do when they don't need you. Jonathan Majors, Shannon Sharp, something happens, they're not sticking out for your best interest. They're always going to try to cover their bottom line. And Disney, ABC, they're not fucking around with Shannon Sharp. I personally thought that he was coming back during the football season. I thought they were going to let him settle it and then bring him back because he's such a powerful personality. But he's not coming back, but I don't think he's going to be hurt for it at all. So that kind of pissed me off, right? But what really made me mad, I was on my way home today. This is what I'm editing on, too. This is what the show's about. I was on my way home from work. I was at work. Happy as a motherfucker. Yo, I think the Cowboys really gonna, I think that this the year that they can. The first year I actually believed it. I believe it this year. They're so quiet. They're not really in the public. Only thing that's been going back and forth was this Micah Parsons dispute. And then this shit breaks. Thank you, Dallas. Anytime niggas say thank you somewhere, that means they're fucking gone. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Can't see that shit. I'm going to read it. So Micah Parsons has requested a trade. That seems... So I'm going to preface this by saying this. Oh, shit. I'm going to preface this by saying this. I think this is the new tactic. And I think Micah Parsons wasn't playing ball. He was trying to be nice. He was letting them, yeah, they'll take care of me. I'm going to show up. I don't think he was playing hardball. So I think when athletes pull this out of their pocket, the last one that did this was Miles Garrett. Thank you, Cleveland. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Then they signed him to one of the biggest deals ever, you know? And they're speculating. So right now, the next couple of days, I think what's going to happen is they're going to start working on an actual agreement because he's not going to show up and he's not going to play. I know they talked about how you could franchise tag him. He's not going to play in a franchise tag. He's not going to do it. And he shouldn't. Jerry Jones should just fucking pay him, bro. I don't understand this nigga. But anyways, we're going to get to the I thought this was going to be more zoomed in, but it's not. We're going to get to the actual message. Lamar Jackson did this as well, so I don't think it's something to be alarmed about, but I do think that, you know, it's real now. Like before, it wasn't real in a sense of, oh, okay, I don't want to play hardball. Jerry Jones should just pay him. He better pay him before Trey Hendrickson gets paid. And if by any chance that Micah Parsons does not get traded, does not get his contract and they trade him, there's 3 teams I don't want to see him go to. Definitely don't want to see him go to the Eagles. Don't want to see him go to the 49ers. And his ass better not go to the fucking Chiefs. Now, granted, I don't think any of those teams have the cap space, so it doesn't really matter. Nor do they have anything that to give in return. I'm just telling you what better not happen. So, yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best sports fans and make America's team once again. And make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisonburg, PA. I don't think that's true. I think he was an Eagles fan, but whatever. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to the closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and our teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done, but since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. He definitely had somebody write this for him. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last season after my 3rd year hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with that, didn't complain, and focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the combine. My agent informed me that I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up, but I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. Where's it at? This was before any other pass rusher deals got done. This is key, bro. This is key, man. Jerry Jones. All you had to do. So, I forgot the name of the defensive lineman. But he was making 36 a year until Myles Garrett signed his contract. And then TJ Watt signed his contract. Fam, you could have got him for $36 million a year on the short. Now, you're going to have to pay him. The highest paid TJ Watt right now is getting paid $41 million a year. Micah Parsons is going to have to get paid $43, $44, or $45 million a year. Do you understand, Jerry Jones? Do you understand that because he is going to make that much money, do you understand how that is not going to help this team stack players? They're going to have to build through the fucking draft. No free agent will want to come here because there's no money. There's already no money. Dak Prescott had to rework his deal. Fam, please for the love of the fandoms, sign this motherfucker or trade him. And if you trade him, do not trade his ass to any team in the NFC at all. You know what team has cap space? The Patriots. You know what team has cap space? The Jags. You know what team has cap space? The Commanders. This shit is just out of hand, bro. It's terrible because all of it could have been avoided. It's like that situation where like all you had to do was get up and do something, but you didn't want to do it and you waited for it to happen, and then all of a sudden it just got a hell of a lot worse. This is that. Same shit happened last year. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, like fam. Shit is fucking annoying, yo. As a Cowboys fan, it's annoying, bro. I was just praising these niggas, man. All right, but this was before any pass rusher. I'll be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Radio silence. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow the conversation turned into him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in a back and forth in regards to what I wanted for my contract, but at no point did I believe that was supposed to be a formal negotiation, and I informed Mr. Jones. Afterwards, my agent would reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, he was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that that wasn't the case and reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us. Yet still not a call, email, text. Up till today, the team has not. Where's it at? Has not at has not had at. Up to today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, in repeated shots at myself and all the narratives I have, made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. So, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they're just, I think it's forcing his hand for him to get paid. That's what I believe. But we will stay tuned because a deal's going to happen soon. And Micah Parsons is smart. The year is about to start. He could have did this months ago, but they waited on purpose. Because if he don't play, Dallas don't win. If he does not play, the Dallas Cowboys won't win shit. And I'm putting that on record. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. If Micah Parsons is not on that team, you can kiss that whole situation goodbye. The defense is already not the greatest as it is. So I'll leave that there. Thank you, Dallas. Get the fuck out of here. All right. So we're gonna end. We're at the end of the show, right? We've touched all the topics that we've done. But the work show I got, or the work from the Werkline, I got an anonymous question from Terry. Well, it's not anonymous. I'm sorry. The question I got was from Terry. And it says, he asked, or she, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done or seen at work? So I thought this was great because as I pondered on this question, you know how on your phone you'll say some shit and some things popped up. So this popped up, right? This is a guy from the Savannah Bananas, and the Savannah Bananas, for those who don't know, they're like think about the Harlem Globetrotters but for baseball. Super dope. They just signed a big contract to have a few of their games play on ESPN, but they've been doing like a nice press tour to kind of get people out there. So they were on CNN, and this is one of the players.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me do it again.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, yo.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Fam, that, my friend, is fucking embarrassing. That was on live TV. Also, this forced me to think about it as well. When he asked the question, or she, I said, let me just look. Look at this.
Safe. Excuse me.
First of all, I'm thinking, why do you have no shoes on in the fucking workplace? 2, put your fucking shoes on in the workplace. 3, I get if this is like a dance, and I'm sure this is like some type of Indian shit, but it seems this is the Indian version of shucking and jiving.
All right.
This nigga's doing entirely too fucking much, bro. I wish I could find a video where there's the Indian bartender and he's like and he's like putting this shit in the cups, but he's like not moving fast, he's just moving his head. I wish I could find that shit because it's like that's what the fuck this dude is doing right now. This is just embarrassing, bro. This is embarrassing. Tap dancing in front of the whitey like that? That is nasty, bro.
Everything ain't gotta be for everybody, yo. That is garbage.
That was terrible, bro. So to end it, what is the most embarrassing question thing that I've seen or done? I don't really know to answer your question. I'm going to pose that to you guys out there and see if that sticks. What is the most embarrassing thing you've seen or done at work? I don't have one for you. I don't remember. And it's not because I'm cool. I got told today that I was boring. So it's not that I'm cool. It's not that I'm above none of it. I just really don't remember anything that I've done at work that's been embarrassing. Maybe fart. I don't know. Like maybe fart and have people walk into it. I don't know. But other than that, I really haven't had too many embarrassing moments at work. Because I just be low profile. But yeah, nah. Let me know what you guys think about that. Answer the question. That'll be super dope. And then we'll tackle it more. Like I said before and previously, if you have any questions or things that you wonder, advice, whatever the case is, DM me directly, or you can email it to the thewerkshow@gmail.com. The Work Show, just like the name, @gmail.com. Send me something. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. I'll mention your name, or it could be anonymous. Other than that, I would like to say peace out to everybody. I will see you guys potentially earlier than next week. I want to make up for the time that I missed, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of shit happening over this weekend. So with that being said, thank you guys again for your support, for listening, for tuning in, for watching the clips. You guys are awesome. Without you guys, I wouldn't want to keep doing this shit, but also this provides a certain source of mental clarity for me. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble. If you have any topic suggestions, feel free to shoot them at me. Same information, same DM, and we'll keep going from there. So thank y'all. I want to say peace. I'm out.